So,
So
Gavin, it's
wow,
great
what a
to.
cool spot,
Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to my home. Welcome to my home.
man.
There's a few things out the gate that I'd love to mention to you before we get into this. Is I've been working for this radio station in Minneapolis for the past 25 years. I've been playing your music on the radio, and you are by far one of my all-time favorite voices on the radio and your music. And I mean that too in your voice and the way you use your music. It's a beautiful thing. I learn a lot by listening to your music, and it's always a journey listening to your songs. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Um,
Thank you.
Also, Letting the Cable Sleep is one of my all-time favorite songs. Thank you for writing that too, man. It's beautiful, beautiful song. So
Thank
got that out of the way.
you. You can
um,
repeat that at any point.
yeah, yeah. And
Get it
check
out of
this
the
out,
way.
Gavin. The last time I saw you, right before COVID kicked in, I saw you at the House of Blues in Las Vegas. You were the last show I saw
Right.
live. So
That's,
there's
that's a
that.
lot.
So here we are, all the way, a couple of years later after dealing with this whole craziness. And in that time, you're working on a new album. Tell me a little bit about the art of survival.
It carries on intentionally. Hopefully, it works as well as the Kingdom did. And they sit side by side. They're best friends. And there's a couple of mellow songs. I think that you mentioned that you love the song "Letting the Cable Sleep." There's a song called "1,000 Years" that ends the album, and just I was really happy with that song. Both mellow songs. We've got two mellow songs there, and the rest are like pile drive. And the idea is you can jump in, stumble on any track, and it's going to give you what you need. For me, my manager told me just be consistent, be consistent. So
Sure.
I was like, I'm going to stay consistent. I really should have done 16 Stone back to front over a series of records, just the same record. Then, and I always made this thing of trying to sort of reach, like we did 16 Stone, then we did the record with Steve Albini's kind of live and capture the band and like the heart of the band. And then the Science of Things went a bit more electronic. And then from there we went to Golden State, and that had a little bit more traditional back with Dave Sardi and just on. So there's always this kind of and now I kind of got into for the Kingdom was like, these songs work, people are digging them, just keeping that vein, keeping that style. So it's just, they just all sit together. What's real fun is that the kind of the line to get on the set from all 9 records, it's an intense kind of pool of songs to draw from. And I don't want to disappoint you, and so therefore if I'm going to make a record, I want it to be as amazing as they ever were, if not better,
I can imagine.
That's what we want to try and do, and no coasting allowed, because it's a crowded sort of world. And
Is it ever a struggle for you, Gavin? 9 albums deep. Do you still have those days where you're just, really struggling to get through a part of a song?
I mean, there's always been sometimes you get a song, I say that song 1,000 Years, that kind of, just because of very quick write, and there's other songs that take a bit longer, but like Machine Head, I had Machine Head for a couple of days. I had that riff, I always remember it. I used to go around the park when we had them on cassettes, play that riff in my head, in my head, like in my ear,
Yeah.
And that song in particular, I remember it took me 2 days to crack the code of what was I going to do that and sing on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then other songs, Glycerine was a instant song, But they say that if you write songs quickly, it doesn't matter, because you might spend years in between. It might take you, 2 months. You might not write a song. When you write a song, it comes out quick. But really, you've done all that time. It's like a speeding ticket. Everyone gets a speeding ticket. He goes, "How did I get a speeding ticket? How did it happen?"
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
hold on, you've been speeding for 10 years. You never got caught. That's
Ah,
all that happened.
I like it.
Cumulatively, you're going to get the speeding ticket.
Sure. You mentioned Glycerine, by the way, and I've been saying this on the air for a long ass time. I still have no idea what the hell that song's about. I've never done the wiki, and I've never had the chance to talk to you. If you want to give me the straight dope, I would love to hear it. What is that song about?
It's about falling apart from someone that you love, and as if you're falling backwards from each other down a mountain. That's it.
That's it. I love it. I love it. That's great. So the first single we get from this ninth album, "More Than Machines." I've read a little bit about what you had to say about the song, and I can connect with this. I can maybe even, I don't know, maybe hear a little disappointment, some extreme disappointment for the state of the state going on right now with, what the government, and we're talking about women's bodies, and having any kind of control over someone else's body is just absurd to me. So is that one of the themes? Is that what I'm picking up on in
Yeah, I mean, it was it's very difficult to find that balance between what you read about and how to put it into words in a song. You know what's important, and I've always found that personalizing things makes it the easiest way in, meaning that you're not sort of standing up, pointing the finger at someone, not standing up, taking sides. To me, it's an obvious thing. Like you pick it up exactly on it. You know, it seems a medieval step in the wrong direction, and it doesn't make sense to me, to you. And so I just put it in the song, and that's it. Just sparks conversation. You know, my job as a lyricist is to just kind of capture the time, to capture the zeitgeist of the feeling, only the emotion, because then it, it doesn't necessarily have the time. It's just tapping into. That's what all those songs are. You know, from the beginning to now. There's sort of commentaries on what's going on around me that other people relate to. But once I've written that song, I don't even like saying what songs necessarily are about. Girls are in control, not the government. Seems pretty straightforward, but just girls are in control is a powerful statement. You know, I love that, and it would be a better world if the women had more power. You know, you do see. I think that there's a lack of kind of erosion of the evil that we're seeing. You know, there's not many Russian women involved in the invasion of the Ukraine, as far as I can tell. A lot of guys think it's a good idea, all Russian,
Sure.
but a lot of dudes. I haven't seen any woman saying this is great. You know,
Yeah, of course.
well, I don't know. It's not. You know, my point is that I'm not better than anybody. I don't know more than anybody. I just these things we read about every day, and it filters into my job in the way maybe you say something on air. You know, just
Right.
that's where I do my work, and I think it provides substance for people to sing about their broken hearts or broken lives and things that are going on outside of them. I mean, I try not to do every song like about me personally. You know,
Sure. Of
I
course.
think, I mean, the climate. I mean, we are destroying the planet, destroying, and no one seems to care. Nobody seems to care. So all the time, you've got to keep doing these songs to just keep the conversation going. You know, it's people don't really care. It's
Understood.
just they just don't. It's not. It
Yeah.
doesn't seem to go on in the way that other issues can get brought up and spoken about.
Gavin, when you're in the studio and you're spending hours and days, months, and sometimes years on these songs, how do you know when you're done with a song? When do you know?
I love that question because I've always had this weird instinct about it, and obviously there's many songs that aren't you know there's plenty of songs where I don't get them right, but they're right for that song. I've gotten much better now at editing myself out. And like if I have a weak bit in a song, I
Sure.
either get rid of that bit or get rid of the song quite into that. Like at the beginning when I'm quite sort of being prolific, just getting ideas down and just seeing what it's like when I hear them back, when I put them on repeat and I walk around my house and I hear
Sure.
them. That does anyone care about that? Does that sound good? So you have this instinct. It's a funny question because no one's really asked me that, but I have an innate sense of when it's done, and often that means with most producers I've ever worked with, they always want to put more than me on everything.
Sure.
Always,
Sure.
always, always. One more bell. Eric, who I love, I just did the record with him. There's one bit is like, I don't know, there's like literally 4 seconds of music for chorus bit, and he's like, "What about that?" It's like, "Oh, if we lose anyone from the beginning of the film to the end of the film, they were leaving anyway. They were leaving. They were on their way out.
Sure.
They were about
Sure.
to turn it off. They were about to do that." It's like, so it's funny because it's a bit of a standing joke. Everyone, Bob Rock, the same. Just stuff all the time, and they're probably, it's not. I'm not right, and they're wrong. It's just I like empty music.
Yeah.
It's if nothing's changing. It's like
Sure.
the words are changing. You know, I like Public Image. Public Image make these really long songs, you know. So I like that. It's more, you know, obviously in a radio format for a single, you can't do that kind of self-indulgent stuff. But, you know, look at Tool. I mean, gee, wow. They're like, they just go on. Every song is like 7 minutes. I'm like, where the
Yeah,
hell did
sure.
the song start? It could not, it's not a band I could play in. I mean, not that I wouldn't, A, they don't want me, and I'm not saying I could, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
But I love Tool, my favorite band. But sometimes when I hear them, if I'm having a Tool session in the car, and I'm driving like an hour somewhere, I've got a Tool mix going. Sometimes I can get lost. I'm like, where am I? Which part of the song is it?
So
So
I had a boss of mine one time, Gavin. He told me that you know, sometimes you can find some brilliant, some beautiful, you know, things in pauses, in silence. You know, so I
yeah,
find myself working on that on the radio. When I'm on the air, I'm not trying to, you know, move my tongue a million miles per hour. I'm trying to stop, pause, and pull people in.
only,
You know,
only in the silence can we see who we are. That's,
absolutely. Yeah,
that's the
that's
line.
right.
Kingdom, I think.
So the guitars with this song. I mean, I'm feeling it. You guys really brought the guitars back, Gavin, with this. I mean, it's not that they've been gone from Bush's music. I'm not saying that, but it's very present in this new track, and I love it.
Yeah,
I
no,
love
look,
it.
I did Black and White Rainbows at a different time in my life, and the guitars weren't as heavy. I just was just seeing what it was like. You know, for me, it was like, am I to be chained to just is my life to be the better, the heavier the guitars, the more we want them around, you know?
Sure.
And I was trying to sort of segue into something a bit more, I don't know. I mean, it was my bad. I messed up, but it was a sensitive time. I think I just went into it where I was like, I tried a different route. You know, lots of people make amazing records without guitars. I'm not allowed. When I made a solo record or I made like the Black and White Rainbows, I got in like major trouble for not having the guitars. I was like, what, every time? Yes, every time. Okay, if I'm in the studio, no guitar, don't bother. Just go home, you know, play Fortnite. I don't play
Sure,
Fortnite,
sure. Right.
but you know what I
Yes.
mean? Whatever, read the newspaper.
Mhm.
So no, that's just it. You know, Nick Cave, who I love, he doesn't have to do any of that. He just does amazing words and it's piano, and Warren Ellis, and he does his thing, and it's so sophisticated. And I'm like, no, they're like, no, we're gonna rock. You know, you gotta like
Yeah.
let it rip, and just like you gotta be a firework.
Hmm.
So I got the firework job. You know, like we're all just wolves doing our thing, and my job is to make big rock music with like choruses that get inside your brain, but and you know basically I put super heavy music and then just sing like my melodic style, and
Sure.
that's what separates it, and that's why, you know, I love the screamo bands are incredible to me. I can't believe people can scream like that all the time and that stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
I
amazing.
like, you know what I mean, I like a good chorus, you know,
Sure.
a good, you
You
know,
should
like
you
a,
should check out a band called Bad Omens, man. I think you might dig them if you haven't heard of them already. They're breathtaking. Their new album, The Death of Peace of Mind, is beautiful. Beautiful. It
that's amazing.
there's 15 songs on that record that take you on a complete journey that I haven't had an album like that do it for me in quite a while, and it just dropped a couple of months ago. It's
Wow.
beautiful. I think you'll dig it. So you're on tour with Alice in Chains and Breaking Benjamin. How much of the new album do you get to play? I mean, you're the opener.
The brand new album, it comes out the day the tour ends, October the 9th, the whole album comes out. So I think we
Hmm,
may play one or two more.
sure,
I don't know. We're sort of under,
figuring that out. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, under construction about it. I mean, I don't know. We're already playing 4 or 5, 6 songs off of The Kingdom,
ah,
because
awesome.
that's the most recent record. And that goes really well with what we've been playing. So now the new thing is, okay, will people know that, you know, it's had a lot of streams, but I don't know if those people will be sat in seats. So you've got a little bit of dilemma stuff to always want to play the traditional Bush that we, you know, that got
Yeah,
us
of
where we are. So I'm
course.
not taking that. And then you got to play, you know, it's 9 records worth of material. So
Yeah,
8 records plus the single. And I think that we'll probably do, I don't know, it's just open.
that's exciting. Now we get to see you August 25. You're playing our state fair. It's probably one of the biggest state fairs in the country. And again, that's our first day of our state fair. I broadcast live out there every day, 2 to 7. And I would love for you to stop by if you get the time. I'm just going to put this
Uh,
out there. You got an open
Absolutely.
invitation. If you
I'll
would
be
love to
there.
stop by that day, man, please come on the radio
I'll
with
be
me.
there.
It'd be great.
I'll be there.
That's very cool. That easy. I love it. Well, look, I don't want to keep you too long, man. I really appreciate your time. This has been great to
Okay.
talk to you. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And I can't wait
All
to
right.
see you in a few weeks and hear the rest of the record, my friend.
Great. Thank you so much. And thanks for your support and the kind words you said. Okay.
You got it. You got it. Take care, man.
All right.
Cheers.
Thank you.